Supervisor Kim. Supervisor Moore.
Thank you. I have a couple of items today. The first is an ordinance I'm introducing to reduce the number of cigarette and tobacco permits in the city. And I wanted to acknowledge the amazing youth organizing, advocacy, and leadership of the Youth Leadership Institute and Vietnamese Youth Development Center, and many of the young people that I've worked with for several years to develop this legislation. So this legislation will help us alleviate the problem of having an overconcentration of tobacco outlets in our low-income areas, especially communities of color and communities with a large number of young people. Some of our eastern districts have a disproportionate concentration of tobacco permits compared to other neighborhoods. For example, in District 6, Supervisor Kim's district, which includes the Tenderloin and South of Market neighborhoods, there's approximately 270 tobacco permits compared to only 37 permits in the Inner Sunset District, for example. I wanted to thank Supervisor Jane Kim and Scott Wiener for co-authoring this, and we're hoping that other colleagues will join us as well. For over 2 years now, the Tobacco Use Reduction Force campaign of the Youth Leadership Institute and other grassroots organizations have done great research, door-to-door, door-knocking, and advocacy. I wanted to acknowledge not only our former youth commissioner, Luisa Sicaros from the South of Market area, but also Amanda Trescott from the Sunset, Malaysia Sanders, who some of you may have seen kind of advocating on different issues from the Bayview Hunters Point area. Many of them kind of were from various high schools, but also City College and San Francisco State as they were advocating and organizing for this piece of legislation. I wanted to also say that this ordinance specifically would amend the health code to include a cap on the number of allowable tobacco permits in each of the city's 11 supervisorial districts. While no existing permit will be taken away, a new permit would only be allowed if the district after the number of permits in that district has over time reached a cap of 45 permits. In addition, new permits have to be located at least 500 feet away from a school and 500 feet away from an existing tobacco retailer. So it's preventing easy access to young people. It's also preventing the clustering that many people have been seeing of other types of businesses as well. In order to support business owners interested in selling their businesses or who have been in business owners for over 7 years, there will be a one-time exemption, and it's been written into this ordinance to allow a new business to come into that same location and sell tobacco. I'd also like to thank the Arab American Grocers Association and other mom and pop small business leaders. But Arab American Grocers are a consortium of over 400 small business owners in San Francisco for their ongoing input, which has resulted in a much better piece of legislation than when we started several years ago. And I look forward to support from other colleagues as well.